Good afternoon, people. The moment that we have been waiting for, at least I have, because we are here with a match of Dota 2. It is Empire versus Virtus.Pro. It is a best out of 5, and I'm expecting some pretty good matches. I am. So I am, well, we're in the game. I have been told that maybe Goblin was AFK. It looks like he isn't because he bans out the Broodmother. And I have to say, I mean, if you were here for the rest of the Lostworld matches as well, because this is the grand finals of the Lostworld tournament, you have seen that Empire, they do not like the Broodmother. I have seen them ban Broodmother out every single match, and the match that they didn't, they picked her up. So something that we can keep an eye on, or at least for further matches. Of course, for this match we already know that Broodmother is out. For Virtus.Pro, they ban out the more standard hero Nagasai. I'm not going to see that one. Of course, they have the second pick, making them basically a bit forced to go for those bans that just you don't want your opponent to have, like a Nagasai. We could see Lycan as well as a Darkseer, maybe even a Rubik if you don't want that one on your opponent team. But for now, Empire is taking their time. We do normally see the #1 team, or the team that picks first, taking a bit longer with their bans, because just like the second team has a bit more forced bans, the first team has a bit more free bans, in which case they are really determining a part of your strategy, or a part of which strategy you don't want to face. Let's put it that way. Like Broodmother, for example, not going to get split pushed by that one. And they are really taking long, I have to say, taking this long for the first 2 banouts. I wonder if this is intentional. I've had before that I just rambled on about something like this, and it turned out that the captain had disconnected, so who knows what we're gonna see right now. But no, they really thought about this, and they ban out the Enchantress, a hero that you do not want to face. Of course, there's a lot at play right now, because we already said grand finals, best out of 5, Lostworld tournament. And it is a #1 prize of $1,000, which of course both these teams want to have. #2 prize is 400, so both of these teams are not going to go home empty-handed, but still it is, you want to win. It's just that simple, and they're taking this very seriously, which is why you see Empire taking so long for those first bans. And we do indeed see a Lycan ban out from Virtus.Pro. I mean, no real surprise there. They are basically forced in those, and just Empire making sure that they ban out the Enchantress. I wonder if they're gonna ban out. Well, I was gonna say the Chen, because they could pick up the Chen right now as a first pick, knowing that they already have the counter for that ban, which is of course the Enchantress. They ban out the Rubik themselves, leaving as well the Invoker, which we might see Scandal Invoker. But no, they go for Leshrac, a hero that's being picked up first a lot, by the way. And Chen already bans out as well as the Templar Assassin. Virtus.Pro does not need any time to think about these picks. We have seen Templar Assassin over the last weekend doing insanely well. I'm not too sure how happy I am about that. I mean, for me, she is starting to fall a bit in the category of an anti-mage or a Morphling. I have seen her lose too, though, so there's still hope. But a Morphling or AM. But she is a lot more fun to watch than Morphling or AM, because she is going to be a lot more active all over the map, obviously, and doing a massive amount of damage. At the same time, Leshrac is already up on the Radiant team, and Leshrac is that semi-counter to the Templar Assassin. With this Edict up, Refraction will just mean nothing at all in a team fight. Empire picks up the Morphling, so we'll see that one. And a combination Morphling Chaos Knight is one that we see a lot. Not for going on the lane, because of course that's going to be Chaos Knight Leshrac most likely, with that good follow-up sound for Leshrac up on the Chaos Vault from Chaos Knight, if it's bigger than 1 second. Longer than 1 second, I should say. But Chaos Knight is one of those heroes, together with the TA as well, by the way, that can just draw all the attention to him, making sure that people have to deal with him and leaving Morphling alone to farm. So a bit of that 4 versus 1, 4+1 strat. Morphling farming AFK, and Chaos Knight just wreaking havoc all over the map. Of course, he's having to deal with a TA, and he is, with that minus armor, he is pretty squishy to that as well, but we'll see how he deals with that. Tidehunter will be picked up here by Virtus.Pro, so they secure some teamfight for themselves, as we have an anti-mage ban out from Empire. They do not want to have that hard carry up on Empire, because right now, if we compare these lineups, I mean, there's of course only 3 heroes, so everything can still happen, but Morphling Chaos Knight 2 carries, like, if you count this late game, And TA is a carry late game if she has a good start, if she has a good mid game, that is. But this is just such a weird sound. If that wisps get banned out, it's just zoom. I don't know if you hear that all that well on the stream though. I hear it. It's just odd. Wow. Oh wow. We have a Lifestealer ban out, and I have to say, Lifestealer is one of the counters to Pudge. So are we gonna see a Pudge? I hope we are. I really hope we are. That would be very entertaining. And of course, Chaos Knight and Shrek will be having a dual lane together. Morphling can still be with the support, and then a Pudge solo mid. So you can have 2 dual lanes and 1 solo lane. I am hoping that the Pudge will not be banned out here by Virtus.Pro. They do ban out the Wisp, still being a bit more bit scared about maybe Chaos Knight Wisp combination. But let's see if they're worried about Pudge. No, they are not. They rather ban out the Shadow Demon, maybe still going for, well, they're still going for a hard carry. We have, of course, still the Faithless Void in the pool, who has been making this, at least this weekend, been making a short comeback. And you will hear me go back to this weekend a lot, because before this weekend I didn't cast for a long time, so basically all the matches that I cast recently were in this weekend. Okay, I do think that our chances at a Pudge are now diminished, because Windrunner will be taking up the solo lane for Empire. That is a shame. That is a shame indeed. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed. Well, you know, one can dream, and sometimes dreams do not come true. That is, of course, the reality of the world, also of the world of Dota. Unfortunately. Anyway, Virtus.Pro, the 4th pick. Let's see what they're gonna go for. I mean, they have the Tidehunter, which could potentially solo lane, but I do think they want to have him on a dual lane. We're gonna see them picking up an Enigma, which will be a nice long lane. They picked the Enigma up rather than the Nature's Prophet, which is still in the pool. Which they fulfill the same role, unless they really want to go out and cover 2 jungles, which I doubt they will. Enigma will be on a solo lane. He could even be he could be on any lane, by the way. He can deny creeps, making sure the creep wave stays in his around his tower, so he can secure those last hits. But yeah, it's quite odd to notice that they do indeed pick the Enigma over the Nature's Prophet. So they rather want to go for that massive team fight, because Tidehunter and Enigma, and that's one thing that Empire kind of misses right now. They miss their team fight. They do now have a Lich, so if there is potential for that, they can spam that out for yeah. It is a team fight ability, but not really a team fight ability, if you know what I mean. I mean, there's no real disable, there's no black hole, no epicenter, no echo slam. It is just a chain frost, and you have to get lucky. You have to not have a creep wave near there. And of course, if you have a Chen on the opponent team, if you have an Enigma on the opponent team, there are going to be Eidolons, there's going to be creeps, and that will just slightly decrease the value of that chain frost. But they do go for that, and of course they also want to have that to be able to maybe have it on the same lane as the Enigma, just so that I can deny the creeps as well, just so the lane stays even. Let's see if Virtus.Pro gonna go still for hard carry, which I kind of expect them to go for. Tidehunter could be on the lane with that carry, maybe even a Luna. We have seen Luna a bit more often this weekend. I know, I am sorry, I keep saying it. And I've seen her win a lot also, so we might see that one picked up now. I'm thinking though ranged carry, just because Tidehunter is of course already a melee hero, so it would be more logical to have a ranged on the lane with a Tide, especially if you're expecting to have a maybe a Chaos Knight Shrek opposed to you, maybe Windrunner, maybe, well, at least there's always going to be a ranged on the lane, because Shrek, Windrunner and Lich will all be on 3 different lanes. And then Morphling will be, of course, with the Lich, and then Shrek with the Chaos Knight. That will be the case. And I'm wondering which of the teams will be going mid. I am expecting Chaos Knight Shrek to be taking up the mid lane, and Morphling Lich trying to go at the same lane as the Enigma is going to go, so probably the bottom lane. And there is indeed the Luna. So Luna is the last pick up for Virtus.Pro. Apparently, at least for me, not really a surprise. And I think Empire, they of course, at least that's what you would assume, they know their Dota probably quite a bit better than I do, so they didn't see it as that big of a surprise either. Maybe even expecting it, even after they banned out that anti-mage. So let's take a look at who's playing what. We're gonna jump ourselves over to the Dire side first, where Virtus.Pro is getting ready to un momento. One momento. Getting ready to play this game. We have Captain KSI playing the Chen for Virtus.Pro. Crazy is going to be on the Templar Assassin. NS is going to be playing the Tidehunter. Airman will be on the Luna. And this guy right here, I did look up who he was before, because he's of course not going under his normal name, and it is indeed Santa. That will be playing the Enigma for Virtus.Pro on the dire side. Will be probably taking up a long lane for himself. Let's take ourselves over to the Radiant side, where Empire is getting ready. We have Silent on the Shrek. Scandal is going to be playing the Morphling this game, maybe indicating that that combination is indeed going to go for the mid lane. Scandal and Lich mid lane, able to secure that farm for Scandal, and Goblak is actually going to be on the Lich, not together with the Morphling, so maybe I called that wrong. We'll see though how it goes. We have Funnick playing the Windrunner. On the bottom lane we have Chaos Knight played by Blow Your Brain, and Leshrac will of course, Silent playing Leshrac will of course be going to join him there. So I'm curious, maybe he's just going to be here to deny a creep and then go back to the middle lane, because he will have the middle lane in their pocket anyway with the denies that they're going to do later on. Curious to see if this is indeed going to be the lanes that I was expecting. We see Luna going towards the top lane right now. The middle lane is still reserved for the TA. I'm expecting her to stay there. Enigma is going to be, I think, on the bottom lane. He's just standing here right now just to make sure that he can also deny a creep. That will be a difference. Like, there will be one less creep middle lane, but there will be than there will be in the mid lane on the Radiant side than on the Dire side, if you know what I mean. Yeah, one side has a deny, the other side doesn't, because Lich is going to deny the top lane instead. And of course Chaos Knight will then be up first as the Enigma, and I have to say that is going to be a very dangerous lane for Enigma. As soon as he shows his face, and if Chaos Knight is level 2, if Leshrac is level 1 or level 2, I'm hoping for him that he will be level 2. There will be a Reality Rift, there will be a stun, a follow-up stun, Edict, and that is one dead Enigma, because he is not that he is not that tanky early on. He will be fairly squishy, but he is not going to the bottom lane. You know what? Nobody is going to the bottom lane. Let's just leave the bottom lane alone and let Chaos Knight farm. Lols. Oh well, let's see how that's gonna work out for him, and if they're actually gonna continue going for it. Because maybe Enigma thinks, you know what, I need my levels maybe to be able to be on the lane, because it is a very dangerous lane and they know exactly who's on the lane. So he knows that he can't do that much perhaps, and therefore going inside the jungle. So they're dual jungling this. I'm not sure how effective that is going to be, because they're of course sharing their farm. But for now, oh well, we'll see how it goes. I'll put up the last hits of the night so you see all that jazz, and in the mid lane, like said, it will be a Templar Assassin together with the Morphling and the Lich, who is already getting harassed slightly by the Chen creeps. Throw Warlord landing a web. Wow, messy camera work there, but I hope you are okay and not getting all that dizzy and stuff like that. We have Windrunner on the top lane versus the Luna, and she's by herself. So 1 versus 1, as in a Tidehunter is also farming the jungle. Nice 2 stacks of the Centaurs, good job there. And now we see with the level 2 indeed Enigma moving towards the bottom lane, so having some kind of escape at least with the Malefice, maybe, hopefully for him, that he will be able to take up that lane. But it did mean that Chaos Knight has got free farm. He's not got that much last hit for free farm though, I have to say. He's not doing that well for that, as in, well, 6 for 4. But well, right now he's going to have maybe a slightly harder time with Enigma there as well. Meantime, Windrunner taking a gush to the face, but it's just harassment from MS forcing Windrunner out of the lane. Even though, having said that, here comes a Chen, and doesn't look like they're too worried about that, though she is quite surrounded. If you look at the minimap, that is not really a position you want her to be in. And there comes a Chen, he's gonna run into the Windrunner as well, and there's a Nova Chen! Oh, that is just not very good positioning from him. Morphling picking up the first blood. Oh, that is so not what you want to see right there. That is, I mean, they're in a dual lane, already having the advantage there. It is just such a big thing to give that first blood away to a Morphling of all heroes in the game. And we did have, I mean, we saw the Tidehunter moving this way. They saw Windrunner moving that way. They should have known she was there. We saw the Chen moving that way. Should have known that he was moving into territory where he was not all that happy. Or otherwise they should have done something on that Windrunner earlier on. But it looks like that was maybe a slight communication issue. Anyway, it resulted in the first blood going towards Empire, so that is their advantage set, so to speak. In the meantime, it looks like Enigma gave up again and is again in the dire jungle. Not even in the Radiant jungle. Oh, look at this. I like this, I like this. I mean, they have a dual lane, it's not really all that needed. Whoa, wait a second, crazy. Is he gonna be crazy enough? Melt damage will end, Scandal's live and crazy indeed. Getting a kill on the Morphling, solo kill. On a dual lane, that is not something, I mean again, that is not something really that you want to see this time for the opponent team though, so they're keeping it even on stuff that they don't want to see, in that sense. And then Morphling indeed TPing back. Goblek is, like we saw, securing some farm there on this camp, which Morphling will be able to take fairly easy with his V form as well. So, or maybe even Lich will take it for himself just to secure some farm for him. He's gonna stack it again by the looks of it. In the meantime, we have got Funnick slightly in trouble. There's still a well, I was gonna say a semi-trailing, but if you count this guy with that as well, since you know in theory you count that guy as well in the forest and stuff. And yeah, there's a semi-Crotra lane on this top lane. Funnick is holding up okay though, level 4, not getting that much last hits, but then again, you are outnumbered by far. Luna in the meantime, 17 last hits. Considering she had a bit of free farm versus Windrunner, not all too great. We do have a massive push coming on now as well with the Enigma level 3, with the Outlaws, with the Creep Wave, and Tidehunter will just make sure that Windrunner can't really do all that much apart from maybe sending through a power shot, which she will probably do at some point, but until then, oh wait, Lucent Beam, but nothing more than that. Here comes the Chen as well, and this is indeed 4 heroes of Virtus.Pro ready to take this tower, and they're not going to get contested at all. In the meantime though, there is a Leshrac on the opponent team which will make sure that the wow, that the tower on the bottom lane goes down very fast as well. Losing Dream still harassing Windrunner. Tower did go down. Looks like they're going to continue their push. Not being too worried about that, as I got worried that I did switch my overlays. Why did I get worried about that one? Anyway, they're gonna just continue pushing. They're not gonna get contested. At the same time though, the bottom lane will get pressured as well. We'll have Leshrac here as well with level 2 Edict. Might be able to take this tower if they're lucky. That's one massive difference though. There is 4 heroes here pushing down lane. There's 4 heroes here sharing 1 lane of experience, and there's only 2 pushing down the bottom lane sharing experience with the 2 of them. That is a massive difference, and I am curious to see if they do get the tower. That is not gonna be good for Virtus.Pro, like overall, and they're not gonna continue going on the tier 3, and the tier 2 here will drop as well. There we go, and it is Chaos Knight that picks up the tower gold there as well. 1600 gold up on him, 34 last hits for 13. He is doing good. Morphling is doing good on Empire's side as well, even though he did die that one time. But I'm more curious right now about this guy. Crazy. He is almost ready to pick up his face boots. I do think that is what he's gonna go for. And you know what? When he gets his face boots, he is gonna leave his lane. He is gonna try to gank people. He is gonna try to get those kills. They're gonna try to have those team fights with his Tidehunter when he gets level 6, even though he's still level 3, which is quite far away. But that is the massive difference from these two teams. It will be Virtus.Pro that will be aggressive more early than Empire. At least that's what you would expect with these 2 lineups. So I'm curious to see when they're going to go for it and where they're going to go for it as well. Which lane is it going to be? The lane where the Morphling is at? Oh, hello! And I do think this is going to be a buy for Enigma. There's going to be an Edict as well, and not even a follow-up song from Leshrac, not needed. In the meantime, mid lane, some harassment being done here as well, but it looks like Crazy's refraction keeps him up for now. Scandal just getting some last hits. Sileblade's pulling onto Goblek, not doing that much damage though. Is there going to be another melt damage? Yes, there is, but there is morphing into strength, which is going to be doing enough. Tidehunter doing what he can, anchor smashing, but he is level 3, so he can't do that much yet. But yeah, that Enigma, he wasn't on the lane, so he's level 3 as well. And that will see a massive difference in experience. This is the experience graph, 2k in favor of the Radiant team. And I mean, that is not only that bottom lane has been basically left alone by the Enigma, but that push with 4 heroes versus a push with 2 heroes and getting the same results. That is not something you really want to see. It is not something that is really ideal, as we see a central ward being placed to get rid of that trap right there. But we'll see how it will pan out. I mean, they still have their team fight. They just have to get those levels up. That is more important right now than anything else. So they will try to hold off what they can and get some. Well, they got some gold with that tower, with the push that they had with the Enigma and the Chen there, of course, as well. We're gonna see when they're gonna be ready for those team fights. In the meantime, though, Tidehunter, where is he gonna farm? He's trying to farm in the jungle, from what it looks like. But you know, there are 3 people in the jungle. There is no creep left in this dire jungle, and this stack is just being pulled continuously. I'm not sure how Leshrac just did that, but he just stacked 2 creep waves at the same time, or at least he tried this one, but that one failed, but this one got stacked. This one in the meantime is already dead, but already stacked again as well, so it is a courier that is slightly out of position, but it is just a lot more gold going towards the Radiant side as well. I mean, as I showed the experience graph already, and this is the gold graph, also 2k in favor. Sentry Ward being placed there, and the melt just out of range, or at least that was the attempt, but didn't really succeed. Weaveform doesn't hit. Refraction up there, changes it, turns around, trap lands, gonna go for the ledge. It's gonna be some melt damage, maybe? No, taking a lot of damage on the CA, pops herself into melt. The Shrek Stone will still help, and of course, the Edict with Morphlings Weaveform picking up the kill. And Leshrac coming up from behind there, making sure that was a secure kill, and it looks like Empire, the team that I was expecting to play a bit more passive, has got their Chaos Knight at level 7. Normally you see them starting to throw out at level 8, and they got their Reality Rift and their Chaos Bolt at level 4. But Chaos Knight didn't want to be bottom anymore by the looks of it. Well, he is, I wonder where he's going. And is gonna try to get some kills perhaps, and we didn't see it, but Luna picked up a kill on the Windrunner, used her Eclipse for that one. She is making good use of the space that she's been giving on this top lane, getting some extra farms. She is of course going to be the hard carry for Virtus.Pro, and yeah, she's doing okay. 38 for 4, not insanely well, but she has a kill at that as well, so it's not that poor, not doing that bad. I mean, compared to Morphling, yes, has last hits more and has an extra kill on in his bag, sorry, but he has died once to this TA. This TA who did pick up a space boost. Now I am still waiting for him to leave his lane to start trying to get some kills, possibly on this Leshrac, which is not level 6 yet either, and could be a very good target for killing off, well, apart from the refraction of course, but you know, HP wise. Oh, what's this? Oh, never mind. I thought Windrunner was in trouble. But yeah, the TA is staying safe, and possibly just also waiting for this Tidehunter and this Enigma to be level 6 and level 3 still up on the Enigma. I mean, we're 10 minutes into this game. Let's take a look at the levels here for a second. The 3 lowest levels are on Virtus.Pro. Normally you see a bit more even levels on the supports, or at least the supports being low, but Lich is already level 6. So massive difference there. Leshrac just got level 6 in the jungle. It just looks like Empire is making a lot more better use of that jungle, of their lanes that they have. Actually, 1 lane extra in regards to experience and such. So yeah, that is Empire. It's just taken the advantage, and it should be coming to a point at some point where you expect Virtus.Pro to take the mid game to get that advantage back. But right now, they're falling so far behind that I'm wondering, is it still possible? Still have Windrunner soloing it up versus this Luna who did manage to get a kill, but takes a lot of damage from the power shot. She is going to build towards the BKB, and a build that we see a lot more often on that Luna. Just go for BKB so you can just stand there with your Eclipse on and doing damage to your opponents. And hopefully for her, she gets it up fast enough to do something for her team. Let's take a look at some more of the items. I mean, BKB being built on the Luna, that's all fine. I really can't look that much at the Dire lineup though. I mean, Enigma has got mana boost. They of course have 2 towers down, so they get some extra gold for their supports. Tidehunter, he is warding, he's got 600 gold, maybe also building towards mana boots, not quite sure yet what he wants to go for. We saw the face boots already up on the TA, and we do see now also Leshrac and Chaos Knight looking for a kill, but they won't be able to find anybody. They thought the TA was there, but not gonna happen. Not gonna happen, unfortunately. So they settle for the tier 1 tower on the mid lane. It doesn't look like they're gonna be contested for it. Now, if Tidehunter and Enigma would be level 6, that would be an entire different story, because then it would be a team fight that would definitely be in favor, I think, of Virtus.Pro based on the heroes. But because of the massive advantage that Empire has, they can just do this. And they can't really be stopped. I mean, what are you gonna do? Nope, Phantasm, Reality Rift, Tidehunter, 3 seconds done. That is 1 dead Tidehunter. Leshrac picking up the last hit, and there comes Luna. Eclipse on. Lich Ultimate though, bouncing around, and Luna already back up. Look at that Lich Ultimate! Luna has the backup hand of God going through Leshrac. Sorry, it's Morphling that still picks up that kill, and it is Chaos Knight that picks up the kill on the Enigma. Templar Assassin, what are you gonna do? She is gonna try to back away. Put yourself into melt, we'll be fine. Who is not fine is this Chen that just dropped here on the side, and that is 4 dead, just for Leshrac that died. In the midst of all of that as well. 4 for 1. And are they going to go for the tower? Well, they don't have their Leshrac. That is their pushing power. It looks like they're just going to back off with their victory, with their kills. I mean, you lost to support Leshrac. That is not really something that, you know, you should be too sad about, especially not if you can kill off your opponent's heroes. The only one who didn't kill was the TA, which is very good as well, because she is, of course, a hero that is mid-game. Should be bringing it, and right now she's only died once. And yes, her farm is not that great, but it's not bad at all. So I'm still thinking she can still pick this up. It's only 8 for 3. It's only 13 minutes in. Everything can still happen. We see the experience graph spike up slightly due to that massive fight there, as well as the gold graph. But that is of course also because of the towers. There's now 1 tower in favor for Empire. And that is something that we have to take into account as soon as Empire starts taking towers as well, because they do have a lot of pushing power. That we might see it evening out again. Chen almost got his mechanism complete. That's what I was doing before that fight happened. I was checking up on items. We do have a Binter Hammer up on the Luna, so we will see the recipe for the mechanism. Wow, BKB up soon. Only needs about 800 gold to go for that one. We saw the Chen. Let's move ourselves over to the Radiant side, item-wise at least. Windrunner, who's been staying on the lane, like the bottom and top lane for I think the entire time. Has she even left the lane? Well, she left the lane just in the middle, just now. Okay, point taken. But she has got a mechanism, so she is already slightly ahead of that Chen who's building a mechanism, and she's going to be TPing to base. Okay, and she has a Facebook as well, so we'll see a 4-staff coming up from Phonic next, most likely. Scandal in the meantime, thinking, you know what? We are ahead, so we are gonna build a ethereal blade just to be able to snipe off those heroes of Virtus.Pro. And I have to say, there is a couple of heroes that are pretty easily snipeable. Maybe not the TA, of course, because of that refraction, but the Luna as well as the Chen, they are good targets for that, as well as the Enigma, who, by the way, is level 6. Tidehunter, level 6. This might be a start of a turnaround. If Virtus.Pro gets a good team fight off, everything will be even again, because the amount of experience they will get from winning a team fight right now, with the level difference that Empire now has over Virtus.Pro, they will get so much experience that it will be evening out again. Gold will not be that even just yet after 1 team fight, but maybe after 2 that will be the case. So really checking out for Virtus.Pro. How are they gonna set up their team fight? Because they have to look for it as well. I mean, they can't just wait until Empire makes their move. If they wait, they're not doing something right. They are at the back foot and have to do something to step up again. TA being scouted out, sentry wards being placed, countering the sentry wards, and the normal wards of course as well. And it looks like maybe they're gonna be attempting Roshan soon. And of course with the TA you can do that, you can go for fairly early Roshan, even though having said that 16 minutes is not that early. And they don't only have a TA, but also the Chen can make for that early Roshan. Yeah, I say again, but fairly early Roshan. So they do have a lineup to take that one, and that is probably why we see the counter wards going off here, just to make sure that they have control over that Roche pit. If they're gonna do it right now, I'm not sure. Maybe they're expecting that Empire knows what they're up to, because of course they just counter ward, so that is a clear indicator, like, hey, we're counter warding this, so we want to go for Roshan. But they're probably gonna, oh, nice. They're probably gonna do it pretty soon. It's my expectation anyway. We'll see. Going back to items, this Leshrac who just died, he is not doing bad at all for Leshrac. I mean, he picked up an overclock. He's probably also going to go for BKB. I mean, it's 2 heroes on Virtus.Pro side that have as clear counter a BKB, which is of course the Luna with his Eclipse and a Tidehunter with his Ravage. So does make sense for him to pick that one off. We do see Chaos Knight going for something entirely different. He picked up an Ultimate Orb, so curious to see what he's going to go for, which probably is going to be, oh, Eclipse! But spread out over 2 heroes as well. Oh, one more, a mechanism! Run, Vadik, run! Luna on the run! Luna is the fastest hero in the game. Also, one losing beam still on the Chaos Knight, but Chaos Knight is second fastest hero in the game, and she backs off. So that's the BKB finished up on Luna. And I was gonna say, like, that proved it perfectly, by the way. In the meantime, wait a second. First bottom tower goes down. We form towards the Templar Assassin, who got shackled to a tree, is gonna try to get her way out. She is hasted, so she should be fine. Who might not be fine is this Chen right here, because Silent was just there with his Nova, with his Edict, taking still a lot of damage, getting chased by the creeps of the Chen. I'm wondering if, oh...
Dire's structures are fortified.
Hide and seek! Hide and seek! And they're still gonna try to get the Centaur. In the meantime, top lane tower goes down to the Chaos Knight, who gets a gush in the face, and they might want to use the Ravage for this Malefice hero for as well. Is there gonna be used a Black Hole for this? Yes, there is. Here comes. They really want to get this kill. Chaos Knight, is he gonna be able to back off? Lands a 3-second stun upon the Enigma, and a Ravage as well! He had to use the Ravage, otherwise he was able to TP out, but the Ravage and Black Hole used on one kill up on the Chaos Knight, and Chaos Knight bites back. That is a lot of hate for this horseman. That is a lot of hate. They really don't want him to finish his Mantis out. Oh well. It will mean that Virtus.Pro will have to wait a bit before going into a team fight again, because they used their ultimate earlier also to try and get the Scales Knight as well as the Windrunner, and also not succeeding in getting a kill with that. Or, I say also, but of course they did succeed in getting a kill there. Oh, send forward, 2-second stun. Refraction now is off. And that is a lot of damage. Realtrip doesn't hit because Melt is there again. What are they gonna do? We form over the top perhaps? No, misses. Refraction is still on there. Is there gonna be another stun? There should be, there could be, but no, another Melt! They know she's still here. They're still on the chase. Crazy. Where are you gonna go? 3-second stun, and that is a kill. And Lich the one to pick it up. 5 heroes here of Vampire, and I think they're gonna continue going on to the tier 2 tower. And I just keep getting interrupted by these kills, which is pretty unique considering this game is not really all that kill heavy. But Mantis style and Chaos Knight combined with Phantasm makes for a lot of horses, and of course the Eclipse gets split over units, so it is a very good item to have versus the lineup of Virtus.Pro. And they take Roshan. So Virtus.Pro just being too late with that. I do think they could have taken it if they wanted, but no, too careful. They were just too afraid to put down by Empire, so to speak. Ethereal Blade completed up on this Morphling, by the way. So he'll have that. He has the Aegis now, as well as instant smoke after this. Chen Script will scout them out. Tidon on the run. He doesn't have a Ravage just yet, though. 40 seconds cooldown. Lich ultimate. Oh, this is so painful. Look at that, bouncing around. Lich, the one to die first, though. There goes the Morphling, and it is Virtus.Pro that's gonna get something done here. Losing beat up on the Windrunner, trying to Windrunner herself away. Chen goes down now to the Windrunner. Power shot still going through. Nice shackle, but doesn't latch. And the Lucent Beam still trying to do what it can as Windrunner picks up another one. Funnick, is he gonna get another one? But no, it is Tidehunter that still picks up the kill on the Windrunner. In the meantime, we see Morphling TPing out of this. And I have to say, I'm quite surprised that Virtus.Pro was able to take down 3 and only lose 2. I say lose 2. At the same time, they just lost 3 because there goes the TA. Chaos Knight and Morphling back into this fight. And I have to say, how could they do that without having, well, Lucent Eclipse, I guess, without having the Black Hole or the Ravage? That is something that slightly overextension perhaps from Empire with that Roshan, but they did get the Aegis with that as well, so in theory they even had 4 kills, but this might be the start of the turnaround. This might be Virtus.Pro taking it back. And I'm hoping for them that is indeed the case. They have a BKB now up on the Enigma as well, so we'll see Black Wolves going off regardless, because there's not really anything that can interrupt him right now. And let's see, mechanism complete. Do we see more items? Do we see TA building towards a mount style as well, by the looks of it? And of course Tidehunter, he is gonna build towards a cloak, I think, or at least towards a pipe or a hood, or just has a cloak in his inventory purely because he doesn't want to get sniped off by the Ethereal Blade, for which I don't blame him. Smoke up here for Virtus.Pro. They want to take this momentum, they want to go for more, and let's see if they are if they're gonna be successful. They're gonna find a lot of heroes from Eclipse here though. 4 heroes in this middle lane, and I say 4. It is 4. This is the Morphling in reality. He's gonna play bait. Ooh, 4 stuff forward, looking for that Nice shackles, not gonna get it. Enigma looking for a black hole. Look at him, he really wants it. In the meantime, Tidehunter from the side, want to get the illusion of the Leshrac. Will be able to get it as well. Will there be a shackle? Phonic gets blocked in by creepers. Never mind, doesn't get blocked in. BKB there, up. Black hole casted. Catches only the Chaos Knight, but it doesn't matter. That's the one that he wanted. Chaos Knight still alive though. Enigma now on the way out. Tidehunter goes down. 3 heroes down inside of Virtus.Pro, and it is Luna that is on the run. And power shot, double kill. Phonic making sure that nobody gets out alive, or is it? Or is Crazy gonna get out alive? A successful team fight, which they only lost this guy and only lost the Chaos Knight in, so good one for them as they're pushing on to maybe the tier 3 tower. Maybe they can get 180 duration up on there before they have to go back. Nope, they back off already. It's too risky. Too risky indeed. TA still somewhere around there, even though she's actually on the bottom lane. But they don't want to risk that. Rather going for the tier 2 tower on the top lane, which is actually the last tier 2 tower still standing. Windrunner exchanging some blows. She has to back off though. Have to be very careful. Force staff TP out is the way to go. TP in from the Chaos Knight though. He wants a piece of that. Phase boots. Oh, look at that speed difference. Horse versus human. Horse wins. Duh. Waveform through. She TPs to the top lane. Instantly finds a Morphling who goes back to his replicate. Force staff. Again, everybody got 4 staffs here in this team. Lich picked up a 4 staff as well. BKB now completed up on the Leshrac. And just because I'm talking about 4 staffs means that I missed some items apparently. Or at least, yeah. Apparently so. And just checking if there is anything else I missed. We did see that one already. And we did already know that Chaos Knight was building towards that man's tower. He almost has it complete as well. So just a couple more minutes farming, which is what he's of course aiming to do. Talking about farming, hello Goldcraft, it is of course still in favor of Empire. They have got the majority of the towers. They are 2 towers ahead right now, but also of course majority of the team of the kills. 11 kills difference right now. And the last team fight was going to them, which will mean that the experience graph will have a spike up. That is what team fights do. The moment Virtus.Pro takes a team fight though, and team fight I mean like 1 versus 4 or 1 versus at least a convincing team fight take, I guess, if you want to call it that way. We'll see that drop very fast because as we can see, look at the hero levels. The 4 lowest are all up on the dire side. It's only Luna that is doing good there on the side of Virtus.Pro, as the push is gonna come from the top lane, which is quite surprising because the top lane doesn't have any towers anymore. But maybe they just think, let's see how far we can get on the tier 3 tower. Bouncing Blades will make sure the tower takes some damage from that as well. Hello and bye, Luna. Nova. That is that was Luna. That was Cat Lady, and that was an Ethereal Blade. Jesus, that went fast. Holy cow. Morphling picked up a BKB also, by the way, because, you know, like we saw, it is a counter towards the Eclipse from the Luna. And we see someone having some issues here. It is a TA that's standing in Melt, and there is the Vision, and there is the TA dead. Chaos Knight picking up the kill, and this is getting out of control. Virtus.Pro not getting the team fight that they want. They still have the Ravage, they still have the Black Hole. And they got them off earlier in that fight, but they weren't successful. They weren't successful. They were forced to get the Black Hole out only on the Chaos Knight, because otherwise Enigma would be dying, and that is just not what you really want. You want to have that Black Hole up on 3, 4, and of course ultimately 5, but 3 is okay as well. Heroes, and that hasn't been done yet. Focus fire up on these up on this tier 3 tower. Edict there as well. Fortification was popped though, so that will delay it slightly. Lucent Beam just doing some damage up on the left track, but the tower is already down to half HP, and they can just continue doing that, just chipping away. Look at that focus fire duration still on there. She can just stand at the bottom of the tower. Okay, she misses some, but it's still 500 HP left on that tower. That is one good edict, and that tower is definitely dropping. Lucent Beam still harassing some, but the Shark doesn't seem to mind all that much. This thing is though is the most annoying thing there, that guy, the tornado, and there's the stun for it. I don't blame them for wasting some mana on that. Oh, bye Luna, Ethereal Blade, hello! And that was a morphing to replica straight after that one. That poor Luna. She is supposed to be the carry of the team. Oh, she dies in one shot by the shotgun Morphling, who is doing so well. 8 for 1. I'm gonna put up this one again because the net worth shows it best. Shows that the 3 lanes, the 3 different lanes, the Chaos Knight, the Morphling, and the Windrunner. 3 different lanes for Empire. All higher stuff on there. And now Lostworld, even with that Tower Gold, getting above the farmer, the hard carry from Virtus.Pro, and they just take a barracks, get away with it, no Ravage, no Black Hole, nothing Virtus.Pro can do to stop this from happening, and I would not be surprised or by chance if we will see a GG anytime soon. There we go, as well, look at the amount of moves that he has. That is just insane. That is the Manta style combined with the Chaos Knight. It's just, look at that damage. This is just, well, okay, Scandal sitting on that as well. And funny. Okay, that wasn't really a deal. She stayed alive! Never mind. Chaos Knight picking that up. Killing spree for him as he takes a gush in the face, but doesn't seem too bothered. And we're not going to see GG cold, but we are going to see the GG because the throne is getting attacked and there's really nothing Virtus.Pro can do against this. And I am curious to see what they're going to come up with next. Ravage still gets used, but the BKBs are on there, and the Tidehunter is already dropping. Monster kill for Scandal. And this is Lostworld Tournament. This is a best out of 5. This was game number 1. So we're going to see if Virtus.Pro can take another game. Can take a game out of Empire. They still have at least 2 more games to go, so they have some chances there. But if they're gonna play like this again, if they're gonna go for this strategy again, that is not gonna work. No sir. So my name is Sheever, I'm a Ghost of Gamers caster. Stay tuned for more Dota 2 action. If you want to subscribe to my YouTube, that would be very nice. You can do that on youtube.com/SheeverGaming. Please do so, that is the way you can help me most. Go check out ghostofgamers.net/Dota2 for all your Dota 2 information, and we will be jumping into another game of Dota 2. Between Team Empire and Virtus.Pro to see which one of these 2 teams will take home the title, the #1 place, the $1,000 for the Lostworld tournament. Stay tuned.